अस्सलामुअलैकुम वेलकम टू अनदर व्लॉग। और हम हैं इस टाइम मैनचेस्टर में और वी आर राइट आउटसाइड ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड का जो होम ग्राउंड है बेसिकली। और इसका कोई टूर होता है जो हमने बुक किया था। ठीक है, विल गो इनसाइड और देखेंगे कि क्या इनके म्यूज़ियम में क्या क्या चीज़ें पड़ी हैं। ठीक है, आई एम रियली एक्साइटेड, लेट्स गो इनसाइड सी। ले जी, बारिश शुरू हो गई है। हम जा रहे हैं मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड स्टेडियम के अंदर। स्पेशल गेस्ट हमारे साथ आज के ब्लॉग में हैं से। वालेकुम अस्सलाम। अंदर जाके मिलते हैं और देखते हैं कि क्या सीन है। ये हाथी भी साथ है। नहीं जी, बैच शायद मिल गए और अब हम आ गए हैं म्यूज़ियम के अंदर। और अनुषे, हाउ आर यू फीलिंग?
I'm feeling great.
फीलिंग ग्रेट। तो ये सीन है, ये भाई साहब जिनकी ये स्पेशल ख्वाहिश थी मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड का स्टेडियम। नीचे जा रहे हैं और अब नीचे जाके आपको मिलते हैं। बल्कि साथ ही गो सब्सक्राइब बिफोर वी एंटर द मेन म्यूज़ियम। सब्सक्राइब करो और फिर हम वहाँ जाके मिलते हैं।
25,000 makes this one stand bigger than some of our rivals in the Premiership's entire stadiums. Have you heard of Sir Bobby Charlton? Yeah? Not everybody will have heard of Sir Bobby Charlton, but if you're an old-timer like me, he's an absolute legend. Yeah? He's been at the club for nearly 70 years, and that stand was named in his honour for his service to the club, and he's one of the greatest footballers of all time. He's one of 8 players only in the history of world football to have won the 3 highest honours: the World Cup, the Champions League and the Ballon d'Or. There's only 7 other players achieved that feat. So Bobby is the only Englishman to do so. And then you've got, if you're a true die-hard Manchester United fan, the world famous Stretford End. Simply called Stretford End because the town of Stretford lies right behind it. It's that simple. And that's the noisy end, that's the passionate end. That's where all the songs and chants come from. We also call it the educational stand. Because if you take your children in there on a match day, they learn a new language somehow. Yeah? Might not be the sort of language you want to explain in the car going home later. But they do learn a new language. The noise goes around the stadium, and hopefully in 2 weeks' time, because we a week on Sunday we have our first game against Brighton in the Premiership. Hopefully that corner over there, which will be full of 3,000 Brighton fans, will be very quiet. We like them to be crying by the end of the game. Didn't really happen much last season, but if we're going to be a better team this year, that end will, or that corner will be very silent. And then this stand, it's not called the Adidas stand. I know you can see the logo up on the roof and the seats. It's actually called the East stand, which is not a very romantic name. Say East stand on your tickets, but again, an old-timer like me would refer to it as the scoreboard end. And that's because of the red cotton of a Manchester United shirt. You might not be able to see until you come really close up. They stretched around pins. It took me 3 hours to make last night just for the sake. Actually, it was presented to Sir Alex. It says 25 years. So he'd done 25 years when they commissioned this portrait. He went on to do 26.5 years. In that time, he won all these trophies multiple times. In fact, he won 38 major trophies. It's a British record, probably will never be beaten because coaches now or managers in the Premiership only last 2 or 3 years nowadays. He lasted 26.5 years. In our entire history since 1878 as a football club, that's 154 years, we've won 68 major trophies, which ranks alongside Liverpool with the Liverpool and Manchester United are the 2 most successful clubs. Sir Alex won over half of our trophies, so a big debt to this man. Right, if you do have one of these devices As we walk this way into the scoreboard end, I'm just going to play a video for you. If I can get my fingers to work. Yep. A great goal scored at the scoreboard end. Tap the screen, you'll see a blue dot for volume if you need it.
अनरियल सीन्स। हम तो वापस आ गए ग्राउंड के अंदर। सब्सक्राइब करो, बहुत हैवी चीज़ आ रही है।
On the roof you'll see flags. Those flags represent the nationalities of the current playing squad, but a word of warning, they may change over the next few weeks before the season starts, because of course we transferred players in and out of the club recently. The roof is large enough if we could move it this way to cover the entire playing surface. The platforms you're on now are very wide, therefore our Wheelchair and Disabled Supporters Association, Manchester United has more facilities than any other stadium, including Wembley, in Great Britain for wheelchair access. Don't just have this platform, we have many along here. We have some behind the away fans up there, behind those glass panels. Same in this corner. And last year, a whole new concourse was built for the disabled and wheelchair supporters at the very top of the Stretford end. The whole width of that is now for disabled access. Very proud of it. We have reduced our capacity from 77,000 to 74,000 because of it, but we felt it was the right thing to do. Our Disabled Supporters Association are incredibly loyal to us. Now the pitch. Kids, does this look like your back garden at home?
No.
No, they never say yes. But to be fair to the parents, that pitch cost £1 million to install 8 years ago. It is not turf. It's a remarkable system, and we have a remarkable groundsman, or heads groundsman. We used to have turf pitches, but as you can tell by the Manchester weather, they used to get an awful lot of rain. They would get muddy, they'd lose grass, we'd have to re-turf twice a year at a cost of £500,000. So we approached a carpet manufacturer from Belgium called Desso. We asked them to create us a living carpet. So that top surface that you see raised above, the top layer are trays of sand, nylon fibre and real grass, ryegrass. There's millions of nylon fibres embedded into the sand trays. About 3% of the pitch is nylon fibre. But the entire top surface is real grass, which tangles its roots around the nylon fibres, grows and knits together with those fibres, makes a very durable surface. As there is no soil or earth in the pitch, we have to feed it regularly with some very unusual nutrients. 2 days ago we fed it garlic, and you're lucky you were not on that tour when they were feeding it garlic. Yesterday we fed it seaweed. So we feed it nutrients all the time because it is not in earth or soil. But the advantage of it is all the rain that's fallen over the last 2 days has not flooded the pitch. It's passed through the top surface into 18 miles of piping, and it's drained away underneath this stand over here. In the winter, we can heat the piping, melt off any snow or ice.
So far, so good. जो बाहर पिच आप देखते हैं ना टीवी पे, £1 million उसकी इंस्टॉलेशन कॉस्ट है.
Every 8 years.
क्रेजी. अब हम जा रहे हैं प्लेयर्स ड्रेसिंग रूम. हेलो.
I know that. I can figure that out.
Taken off. He said if you cannot trust your fellow professional in the dressing room, you cannot trust them out on the pitch. So ever since that day, although there's a lot of expensive gear in these cabinets, they are never locked. On the seats will be their warm-up kit. If you ever come to a game and you get here early enough, you'll see the team warm up on the pitch beforehand. For about 15 minutes, apart from the goalkeeper, David De Gea over there, he sometimes is out there for about 20, 25 minutes. 7 minutes before kick-off, a bell will sound in this room and the away dressing room. That's the referee. You'll see the match official door as you walk out of this dressing room. And that's the referee to let the captain know, which in our case is Harry Maguire, or whoever is captain that day, to lead the team out into the tunnel, which is back this way. After the game, it becomes a mini clinic. Any players with minor injuries are treated in here on physio benches by the medical staff. But every player who's played the game has to go in an ice bath for 3 to 4 minutes. You'll see 2 of those ice baths to your left as you walk out. So 3 to 4 minutes up to your neck in ice cold water. That flushes out the lactic acid and allows the muscles to recover much more quickly than if they took a hot shower first. One player goes in the ice bath for 30 minutes.
Ronald.
Yeah, Ronaldo goes in the ice bath for 30 minutes after the end of every single game. And we believe he has one at his residence as well, so he goes in one every single day. That's how dedicated he is. So remember kids, no chocolate, no kiosk food, only ice baths. Can you still do that? Remember that, parents?
So this is the place where players come out from the dressing room, away dressing room, and to the pitch.
Just be TV. The only thing we cannot do is we cannot go on the pitch itself. It is a criminal offence. We have attack dogs and snipers on the roof. But security do watch, and they will fine you £2,000 if you're seen on the pitch. Right, captains, fist bump. Captains, do not lead your teams down the tunnel until I make this signal. Listen everybody, the next voice you will hear is Alan Keegan, the match day announcer.
Old Trafford, this is the theatre of dreams. Will you please welcome Liverpool and Manchester United.
You just follow the So, can you check? I am supposed to.
This is
I usually sit in front.
Okay, apologise for the diversion there, guys. We normally come through this entrance much shorter, but there was those two guys laying electric cables for the press section above and their monitors, so we weren't allowed to go that way. Made it into the press conference room. Do you recognise this room? Anybody?
Yes.
Yeah, so there's two press rooms at Manchester United. They do have the same backdrop. One has more seats, this is the smaller one. The other one is actually at Carrington, our training complex, about 6 miles from here. So we use this small one after a match. So what will happen in 13 days' time, the two managers will first do their TV interviews down by the tunnel you walk down, and then they'll duty bound to come up here, sit in this chair, and be interviewed by members of the newspaper reporters and radio reporters, so basically journalists are in this room. So Graham Potter, the Brighton manager, will be the first up, 13-day time, and he'll have to explain to all of you why his side has lost 5-0 to Manchester United. Okay, is that what's going to happen? 5-0, yeah? And then he'll leave, and then Eric Ten Hag will do his first ever after-match press conference. He'll do it in here as well. Obviously a famous seat, where Alex Ferguson was in here, Jose Mourinho. So we can afford Ronaldo for another year. Is that okay? You got £1 million? Only joking, you can pick up a tour certificate. Absolutely free, have your name put on it. Kids like to put them on their walls. And if you had a photograph, just see a member of staff and they'll let you know where you can pick up those photographs and certificates. If you enjoyed the trip, or if you didn't enjoy the trip around Old Trafford, please rate us on TripAdvisor. We read every single one, I promise you. But what I love about doing these tours and working for this club is we get to meet people from all around the world, and they come to this one patch of earth just outside of Manchester from all four corners, and I think that's absolutely brilliant. Even though we're not the top club in England at the moment, but we will be in a few years, I promise. So please come and see us again, and please have a safe journey home. Thank you. Now it's very red through here, so watch your eyes. Very red, and watch your feet on that step.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Watch your feet, guys.
ये जी इनका मैं अब ऑफिशियली टूर ख़त्म हो चुका है और यहाँ पे अब टाइम आ गया कि हादी भाई 500-600 पाउंड अपना लगाएं।
मस्त इस सवाल अभी मैं तुमसे गाड़ी में बैठ कर एक सवाल पूछूंगा तो तुमने सबसे पूछना है।
ये देखिए जी, ये है जी इनका सोवेनियर शॉप। यहाँ पे इनकी मर्चेंडाइज है जी मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड की। और अमेजिंग। क्या हूँ रख दे वापस भाई। ये एक जाहिल को हम ले आए हैं साथ, इसने यहाँ पे फुटबॉल खेलनी है इसके अंदर जहाँ पे कोई कुछ नहीं कर रहा। ये जी, ये आप ये देख रहे हैं, 3rd क्लास फुटबॉलर है।
You are right.
ये देखें जी, ये देखें, ये हरकतें देख रहे हैं आप इसकी।
I'm excited.
हाँ नज़र आ रहा है।
I'm excited to buy stuff. From that.
हाँ लेकिन जी ये सोवेनियर भी ले लिए हैं। अनुषा कैसा लगा जी आपको टूर?
बहुत अच्छा लगा। पहले मैं फुटबॉल की फैन नहीं थी, मैं होगी।
सो लेडीज़ एंड जेंटलमैन दिस वाज इट। और हमने इनके मर्चेंडाइज शॉप से बहुत शॉपिंग की है, भाई साहब ने बहुत पैसे ज़ाया किए हैं यहाँ पे। सो अपेरेंटली दिस वाज ओल्ड ट्रैफर्ड, मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड। ये इनका होम स्टेडियम है, जो मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड के फैंस हैं उनको पता है, ठीक है। नॉट अ फुटबॉल फ़ैन बट स्टिल बहुत इन्जॉय किया है मैंने ये टूर, ठीक है। काफ़ी इन्फॉर्मेटिव भी था। प्रो द पिच इनसाइड कॉस्ट्स £1 million, इनसेन। खैर टू गुड। प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस रूम, ड्रेसिंग रूम, बड़ा एक एक्सपीरियंस था। खैर ये ब्लॉग मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड फैंस के लिए बहुत स्पेशल हो सकता है, रोनाल्डो फैंस के लिए स्पेशल हो सकता है। सो दिस वाज इट। अनुषा आपको कैसा लगा?
बहुत अच्छा।
अनुषा भी फुटबॉल फ़ैन बिल्कुल नहीं है, लेकिन वो आ गई थी हमारे साथ, तो उसको
Only football player I know is Ronaldo and Messi. That's it.
सो फाइनली रोनाल्डो प्लेज फॉर मैनचेस्टर यूनाइटेड। सो ठीक है, एक गुड फन था। और ये देखिए क्या बात है। खैर अपेरेंटली व्लॉग एंजॉय किया होगा आपने, आपका बहुत शुक्रिया देखने का। आप प्लीज़ सब्सक्राइब कर लें। पूछें।
What was the moment जो आपको वो फील हुआ, गूज बम्स कुछ आया है?
वो जब हम वॉक थ्रू से बाहर जा रहे थे,
और
वो एक
उसने ये
अच्छा
बोला
एक्सपीरियंस था।
कि today this is the moment
हाँ।
when you followed the footsteps of the greatest player in history. Oh भाई के गूज बम्स भाई ऐसे काम है, मैं कहा yes.
खाना ये जानवरों की तरह खाता है। उसने अंदर बताया है कि जो फुटबॉल प्लेयर्स हैं उनकी क्या डाइट है, फ़िश एंड वेजिटेबल्स। और ये दिन में 15 दफ़ा फ़िश और वेजिटेबल्स खाने के बाद भी पिज़्ज़ा और बर्गर खाएगा। तो इसका मतलब ये है कि ये फुटबॉल प्लेयर नहीं बन सकता। अपेरेंटली आप जाके सब्सक्राइब करो, जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है, जो आप नहीं कर रहे। पता नहीं कैसे लोग हो यार तुम लोग, ठीक है। गो सब्सक्राइब। आई होप यू लव दिस व्लॉग। सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट व्लॉग। बाय बाय।